Hi, it's Maggie, the Irish Gypsy, here to bring you your December 2017 general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Welcome to any newcomers. Thank you for all your likes, shares, subscribes, and all your support, feedback, and comments. Keep them coming. You guys are brilliant. And always a big thank you to those of you who keep me so busy and occupied and fulfilled in reaching out for personal one-on-one readings, both my new clients and my regular ones as well. It's always an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Thank you so very much for the opportunity to do so. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on the About button for more information and to see the services that I offer. It also has my contact information on it. And my contact information is also attached in the description of every video I post as well. You can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. And you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo. Sorry, the smartphone app Instantgo for quick reads, like quick question and answers. If you have like a decision you need to make on the fly, where you don't want one of the traditional, more intensive, complex readings, you're just looking for quick answers to quick questions or a short little reading via text through that app. It's very quick and efficient and easy to use. It kind of puts me at your fingertips 24/7, unless I'm sleeping, of course. And they also have a new video chat option as well. So those of you who have smartphones can check that app out as well. It is Instantgo. And you can find my the link to that also under my YouTube channel's homepage under the About button, and it's also attached to the description of every video I post. So we are just entering the holiday season. Christmas is coming up, and I do a wide variety of different readings, and they always make great gifts for friends and family as well. So for those of you who don't know what to get some people, you may want to consider gifting them with a personal reading, and you can email me for more information on that. So let's move right into this. Remember to check your rising and your moon sign videos as well. You may find that sometimes the other ones may play out more predictably. They may resonate with you a little bit better. And just by watching all three, it just gives you kind of a more, you may get more additional insight and pieces of kind of what you're going through in your life by watching all three, sun, moon, and rising, if you know them and if you can. So try to do that, because these are general readings. There's so many of you watching. They may resonate differently in different areas of your life depending on, you know, who's watching. The details and specifics are always going to vary because all of you are unique and individual and have different things going on in your life, but the energy fundamentally remains the same regardless of what area it manifests for you, which is why we always try to tell you to check your rising and moon sign videos as well as your primary sun sign. So this video is for Leo for December 2017, our lovely felines. Let's see what's in store for you. 2 cards for each week, time being somewhat fluid, of course, with an additional 9th card from the bottom of the deck as your crowning energy, representing overall energy and advice. Okay, Leo, we have the Tower, accompanied by the 4 of Swords. We have the 2 of Cups, accompanied by the King of Cups. We have the Emperor, accompanied by the Magician. And we have the 3 of Swords in reverse, accompanied by Strength. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and advice and guidance is the Ace of Cups, which I really like seeing because it looks like at least some, if not a lot of you Leos, have been through something rather difficult recently, because we start with the Tower and the 4 of Swords. And for, you know, time being relative and everybody being different, this could be have played out. Because I feel this is just kind of aftermath of something maybe challenging that you've been through. And it looks like relationship for most of you. You can always transfer this energy into work, you know, career, spirituality, but I'm feeling it first and foremost like it's within a personal relationship, whether it be love and romance or, you know, family, a close connected relationship, but it looks like a close, emotionally connective one. So maybe some turbulence. It could be a recent breakup or being close to a breakup. But I feel like it, for the majority of you, it's something that's happened in November. I am recording these in the last week of November as well. So we begin with the Tower and the Four of Swords. So the Tower is major arcana energy, and it typically represents, this is energy of God's spirit, your angels and guides, energies we have no control over. And the Tower typically represents kind of an unexpected event happening that comes in and really shakes us up right down to our foundations, particularly in how we look at something, our way of looking at something, our way of thinking about something, a belief system perhaps. It's similar to the Death card, which is about transformation, endings too. While the Death card, I often find represents significant unexpected changes or endings in our external environment, which of course do affect us on an emotional way. The Tower card usually shows up when something significant has happened, kind of a game changer that shakes us up way down deep too, and can maybe change a belief system or something, a way that we had of looking at something, a way that we had of living, a way that we believed in something even. And I feel like, I feel like for some of you, this could be like immediately ongoing right now at the time you watch this video, but I really do feel like for the majority of you, this is something that happened earlier in November. And you're just still, the energy is still kind of there. And it looks like it was stressful, challenging, emotional, even painful aspects of it that were painful. And it feels like now and moving forward to the majority of December, you're just kind of dealing with that, recovering from that, kind of recharging. Things are shifting. Maybe you're starting to look at something in a different way. I feel like it's in connection with a relationship you have or have had. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's in the love and romance partnership arena because we have the Two of Cups as well. But it looks like you're taking a break. You're kind of trying to recover from that, kind of sort it all out and figure it out, because that Tower is paired with the Four of Swords, air energy. Swords is mental, cerebral, intellectual energy because it's air energy. It's about what goes on up in here, about our words, our ideas, our belief systems, how we look at things, how we perceive things, and how that affects the way that we interact and communicate with the world and people in the world. That's in the tarot, that's the energy of swords, that air energy. It's all about what goes on up in here and how it affects the way that we relate and communicate. It can also represent higher education, learning, insight, illumination, clarification, truth. Again, things that are related to how we think, mental energy. This is a card of withdrawal, retreat, rest, respite. It can be a card of feeling overwhelmed, tired, exhausted, and needing to take a break from it. Not a permanent break, it's more of a temporary break. As you can see, the implication here is that he's not exactly done. He's taking a break, a timeout from whatever battle or whatever challenging thing he's been engaged in, because he's still wearing his armor. He's still got the swords that are above him, pointing down at him, and he still has his own close by his hand should he need him. But for the time being, he's taking a timeout. He's taking a step back. He's tired. He's worn out. Whatever he's been through, it's taken a lot out of him, and he's not. It's because I mean, this could be a recent breakup or an ongoing breakup for some of you, but I feel like for the majority of you, it's not. Or though you may be taking a break from a relationship, but it's like something happened significant within this relationship that was very challenging, maybe even painful for some of you, and you're dealing with it. And I feel like you're dealing with it kind of successfully, and there's some guidance here on how to continue doing that. But it looks like you're in kind of this wore out kind of phase, and you need to take better care of yourself. You need to take care of yourself. I think December, and that can be kind of challenging because we're in the holiday season. That can mean a lot of hustle and bustle and family and all of that kind of stuff. But to the best of your ability, maybe whatever it is that's going on, try not to overthink it, try not to over-focus on it, but it looks like it has fundamentally shifted the way that you look at something within this relationship. And I feel like some of this is about something that was done. Somebody hurt somebody in this relationship. I feel like for some of you, you did something that hurt your partner. And for some of you, it's going to be the opposite. Your partner did something that hurt you. And I think it was a very big deal. And I think it caused, this Tower energy, this Tower card energy, a big upset. And it's kind of I feel like for those of you who did something that maybe hurt a partner, or it could even be a really close friend, I feel like it's kind of fundamentally made you look at something, a way that you have of behaving or a way that you have of doing something, or even a way that you have about believing about who you are and how you are and what you are within a relationship. And for some of you, it's going to be your partner, who's on the other side of this as well. But you're kind of, it's shaken up. It's making you take a different look, shifting perspectives about your relationship philosophy and in regards to how you are. And for some of you who may have historically had difficulty in relationships, um, it may cause you to look at something that you've been doing which hasn't been all that healthy in your relationship history, because this relationship is really important. This is like a soulmate relationship. And if it's something that you've done that's hurt your partner, and or whether it's your partner who's hurt you, I don't feel like it was intentional. And I feel like for the majority of you, the two of you still want to continue on. Some of you are learning a difficult lesson. Kind of having your eyes open to an aspect of yourself in humility. And true humility means just uh, knowing exactly who we are and what we're capable of or not capable of, seeing ourselves in real honesty. Maybe taking a look at something and going, I need to change the way I do this. Or maybe, it's your partner who did this, and, you're kind of both working together. Any way you look at it, I feel like while whatever preceded this with the Tower card energy is very fresh, but it's still, I feel like it's something that happened in November, and you're just kind of taking some time out. You're thinking about things, your perspective shifting. You're looking maybe at maybe making some fundamental changes in how you are, who you are within relationships, and vice versa with your partner. Who's showing up next? Next, we have the Two of Cups with the King of Cups. And I feel like this is your partner showing up, or the other significant person in this relationship, whether it's love and romance, or, a best friend, or a really close connected family member, something like that. They're showing up as, the Two of Cups, which is traditionally the soulmate connection. Cups is water energy. And in the tarot, this is the energy of emotions, feelings, relationships. The Two of Cups is traditionally considered the soulmate card. And soulmates don't necessarily have to be love and romance soulmates, but they are that karmic, kinetic, kind of connected, meant to be together kind of energy, which is traditionally why they're called the soulmate cards. And it's paired with, this is more than just physical chemical attraction. This is kind of really connecting on a mind, heart, soul, spirit, ideology kind of way, whether it's love and romance, or a best friend, or that sisterhood, brotherhood, kinship feeling. And it's paired with the King of Cups, who's showing up as a water sign individual, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I feel like for some of you, your partner is not primarily, like their sun sign is not water, but this is what they're showing up as or manifesting as within the relationship. Um, Kings and queens usually represent individuals who've reached the mastery of their suit. They've kind of matured and evolved through everything. They typically represent older and more mature individuals, or that they're grown-ups or at a mature place. So the King of Cups, sometimes called the King of Coal, he's a very loving, nurturing, emotionally stable person, very grounded, and he's able to kind of keep his cool even in chaotic situations. He's able to kind of know the right thing to say and stay calm. He's sometimes, in other tarot decks, depicted as sitting on his throne in the middle of a body of water, and all around him the waves are choppy and wavy and turbulent, but he's just sitting back, cool, calm, collected in the center of it. It's about being emotionally grounded, supportive, nurturing. In terms of partners, this is a good partner, somebody who's loving, supportive, always knows the right thing to say, or often knows the right thing to say. I mean, we all fall down on that sometimes. In the upright position, it's fundamentally, whether you're the soulmate, you're whichever side of this coin that you're on, in terms of who hurt who or what challenging thing you're going through. It looks like the two of you are definitely meant to be together. There's this karmic connection between the two of you. And I feel like whatever it is that you've been through, because I do feel like for the majority of you, not for all of you, one of you hurt the other one. And it may be a combination of both of those things. And it wasn't intentional. You didn't mean to, even though at the time you may have known that it was the right thing to do. You didn't mean to hurt the other person, and vice versa. They didn't mean to hurt you. And it looks like it was a big hurt, but it also looks like the two of you are genuinely committed to each other. There's genuine love and you're moving through it as well. You're committed to, even if you don't know how to do that, you're committed to moving through it regardless of what you have to do. I love that your overall energy is the Ace of Cups, which is, I mean, it can be new love and romance because it's new emotional beginnings, but it's emotional awakenings as well, the heart opening up. And while this could be for some of you meeting somebody new in the month of December, and for those of you, it would mean that whatever negative stuff you've gone through relationship-wise in the past, you may be meeting somebody new or coming into a potential new relationship that's karmic, that is going to be helping you heal and overcome negative relationship energy from the past. But for the majority of you, I feel like it's an already ongoing, established relationship. And even though whatever it was that you went through looks painful, challenging, there is a purpose for it, and that purpose is actually quite beautiful. It was to get you and or i.e. your partner and the two of you together to open your eyes to something so that if you can move through this, you're going to be stronger, you're going to be better, you have a new emotional and intellectual understanding and awareness of what it actually takes, what it really means to be in this relationship, how committed you really are moving forward, and actually knowing, like kind of the worst about each other and being committed to moving forward through it anyway, which means that on the other side of this, the relationship will be that much better and stronger because you have more wisdom and insight, all these new emotional awakenings and perspectives, and this wonderfully connected relationship. Next to that, you have the Emperor and the Magician. Similar kind of energies. Sometimes the Emperor can show up as paternal energy. It can represent an older individual. And two, just because they show up as male energy in the court cards, it's a general reading. There's so many of you watching. It could be female as well, or just that more male aspect that's coming out. I feel like for those of, I feel like for some of you, the King of Cups and the Emperor is representing just the same person. But I feel like for most of you, the Emperor and the Magician, it's more relating to you, Leos, on an energetic level in terms of advice and guidance for the month of December. The Emperor is about, on a fundamental level, the energy of the Emperor is about structure, self-discipline, accountability, because that's what the Emperor is about. He has an entire empire to run. So he's a very responsible, methodical person. He carefully weighs out his decisions. There's no being spontaneous and impulsive. I think for the month of December, again, it looks like you need to maybe take some time out. Maybe some of you are taking a relationship break, or you're just trying to take it a little easier, maybe not to have too many heavy conversations about things, because there's a new awareness kind of emerging, and it took what it took to get this here, to bring you to this point in the relationship, you and your partner both, which was the purpose of which means that it's an opportunity for us to learn, to grow, to become better, which is why we're here. And sometimes it takes very difficult situations to get us to that point of change, which actually, if you can look at it from a positive perspective, Leo, makes this a beautiful opportunity. I feel like the advice here with the Emperor and the Magician is to be careful about what you do. Take some time out. Be careful. Don't make any major life-changing decisions over the month of December, particularly not in a spontaneous or impulsive way or based completely on emotion. That King of Cups could relate to you on an energetic level too. He's emotionally grounded and stable. The Emperor is about staying accountable, paying attention to the details, doing the right things, making the right choices, even in your business life, your day-to-day life at work, at job. This is about just staying the course. The month of December looks like you're putting one foot in front of the other. The Magician is kind of a pretty independent, powerful energy too. You can see he's juggling the symbol from each of the 4 tarot suits, and it represents that you have everything that you need within you to navigate your way through this. in a mature, grown up, I'm learning more about myself. I'm learning more about my partner. I'm learning more about what it means to have a true, healthy, loving, honest relationship with someone. And even if you learn these at the cost of the mistakes that we make, which is often how we human beings do learn. The Magician and the Emperor is about being careful this month. Don't be spontaneous and impulsive. Take some time to really look at things, even if it's difficult, even if you feel guilty because you've had your part to play in whatever challenging situation you've just been through. It looks very, very much so like there's every opportunity to move through this together, but there may be some taking some time out. And maybe if this is a relationship where you're not married or living together, you may be just taking things a little easier, not a breakup, but just like taking things a little easier because to allow for this kind of emerging new awareness and perspective to come out. Be careful, take care of business, pay attention to the details. Don't let yourself get like blown off course. You have everything that you need because the Magician does. He's worked long and hard to get to a place where he can create and manifest whatever he wants to. He has the ability to do that. The Emperor, but he can be kind of independent on his own. The Emperor kind of tempers that a bit with going, the Emperor, the Magician is a little bit more selfish energy. He's kind of more looking out for himself, and the Emperor kind of tempers this energy. It's a balanced energy between saying, yes, you have the ability to create and manifest whatever you want for what's best for yourself. But the Emperor knows that every decision he makes, everything he sets into motion affects everyone in his empire, and he cares about the greater good of other people. And so he makes careful, methodical, weighed out decisions that are in the best interest of everyone as a whole, not just himself. So kind of keep that in mind as you move through December, Leo. And at the end of the month, towards the end of the month, we have an energy I really like seeing, the Three of Swords in reverse and strength. In some ways, Leo, it looks like an intense month. On one perspective, it looks kind of intense, but on the other hand, not as much. It looks like what happened is intense, and what you're going through is very like eye-opening, transformative on both a mental and an emotional level in terms of awareness of self, in addition to other people and significant relationships. But it feels more of a quiet internal energy, and that's kind of what change is what's going on for the month of December. Change within yourself and change within the other person as well. And how can we move forward? And moving forward with a new and better understanding of ourselves and the other person in a very real way. Because the Three of Swords in the upright can represent heartbreak, heartache. It can represent breakup. I mean, some of you, it may be a relationship breakup. I don't feel that it is for most of you. In the reverse, it can represent a lessening, a negating, a moving through this energy. It can even be an avoidance of this if the two of you are committed to moving through and doing whatever it is having to do, including saying, I may have been wrong about this. Forgive me. How can we do this better moving forward? Working together, which takes some love and humility and understanding and a realistic view of ourselves and the other person. So a breakup could be avoided by doing this, or it's just lessening of whatever was so difficult as we take the time to kind of gently ease our way through it and allow the change to happen. This energy is going to be lessening a lot, particularly at the end of the month, because it's paired with strength, which is kind of about that. Strength, the kind of strength that the strength card talks about is more of an internal strength. She has tamed this wild beast. It's about kind of wrestling with our own demons, facing our fears, our doubts, our insecurities, our defects, maybe bad habits we have or ways that we have of doing things, or the behavior that we have perhaps in relationships, which something has happened to make us aware that, I can't do this anymore. We need to kind of like shift how we do this and how I do things. And it's about kind of having the strength to look at that, go through it, face it, and go through it and come out the other side with strength, wisdom, insight, clarity, a more humble and realistic view, an honest, loving view of ourselves and our partners, how we are in relationships, and being able to walk forward with our head held high courageously, because we've done the work to do that. And it lessens this difficult emotional energy that we perhaps had in November. And again, for some of you, by going through this process, both you and your partner. It can even avoid a breakup where a breakup would earlier maybe have been happening. Um, Particularly if you're the one who's maybe done something to hurt your partner, and vice versa. It's about, do we really love each other? Are we really committed? So how can we face this honestly and lovingly and make the changes we need to make to move through this? Hopefully this is making sense to those of you for whom needs to hear it. If you're looking for a career and work, it may be your rising or your moon sign this month, because this one feels just all relationship, Leo. Your overall crowning card, your energy, overall energy for the month of December is the Ace of Cups from the bottom of the deck. Aces always represent new beginnings, the number one. Potential opportunity, which holds a lot of potential in the Cups arena, which is feelings, emotions, relationships. This is a new beginning. For some of you, it might be new love and romance. For the majority of you, it's new emotional awakenings. Again, it's this, your heart opening up. It's kind of a combination of mind, heart opening up, and seeing something maybe that you kind of knew before but weren't really willing to look at head on. And again, it could be you and your partner together and vice versa, or a combination of this. There's a lot of you watching. It's going to play out a little differently, the specifics, but the energy fundamentally remains the same. And it presents an opportunity for change, healthy change, moving forward together. And even if some of you don't move forward together, this is still an opportunity to change and learn and grow. Although I think the majority of you, it feels like the opportunity is to move through this together, step by step, not in a hurry, not in a spontaneous, impulsive way, because true change takes time. It takes a level of kind of sorting it out and getting new perspectives and new ideas for true permanent change to happen. And that's what Spirit is strongly advising. It really is a lovely, beautiful reading, Leo, and I'm happy to bring it to you. So this was kind of a long one, but sometimes the more intense emotional ones can be. What beautiful opportunities for change and love and growth this month, Leo, regardless of what kind of relationship or the nature of it is. So thank you again for watching. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, just go to click on the About button on my YouTube channel's homepage for more information and my contact information. And you can also see my contact information attached in the description of every video that I post. Email me directly at Maggie, the number 1 McGuire. You can find me on Instagram for just quick question and answer chats or reads. And I would be most delighted to work with you. Turnaround time for personal readings is pretty fast. I do readings full time, 5 to 6 days a week. It is what I do. I'm almost always able to get back with you with information within the same day of your contact. And turnaround time for setting up a reading, live or recorded, for the traditional readings. Instantgo is instant, but that's just quick phone app things. For the traditional readings, turnaround time is anywhere from a few days upwards of 2 weeks, but almost always within a 2-week period of time we can schedule a reading for you, and I'd be delighted to work with you. Most happy. So contact me if you're interested, and we'll go from there. And think about personal readings for Christmas gifts this year for friends and family. Thanks again, Leo, and I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the December mid-month readings. Until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Take care, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.